Greetings, Planeswalkers, and welcome to our first in a series of Decktech videos about the decks that are being permitted for the Newcomers Tournament for Comic-Con Africa 2020 and Easy Gaming Group Arena Championships. The first deck we're going to look at is this Gruul deck. And Gruul, we mean the guild from Ravnica, and the colors that Gruul plays are red and green. This deck is called Stomp Stomp, very much in the vein and ethos of Gruul, which is pretty much smash everything with big things. So in this deck, what you're going to be looking at is the almighty Brushwag as your 1-drop. You're going to have 3 of those. They're a 1/1 with Trample, which doesn't sound like much until you look at that extra ability that says you can pay 3 and a forest at any time, and almighty Brushwag gets +3/+3 till end of turn. Now, this is a continuous payment, so you don't have to tap the creature to make that effect happen. You can simply keep paying that mana. So if you have 4 green mana or 8 green mana available, you can do it twice with 8 green mana, or 8 mana available so long as 2 of those mana are green. You also have the Rimrock Knight, which is an adventure card from Eldraine. Has 2 parts of this card: an instant, which gives a creature an attack buff of +2/+0 until end of turn, and then a creature that can't block is the second part of the card for 1 and a red, and it's a 3/1 creature that can do some damage. You got Scorching Fire to take out some things as direct damage, Unleash Fury, another combat trick, Illison Caryatid, or I don't even know how you say that, I think it's Caryatid, but gives you 1 mana of any color. Also, if you have a creature with power 4 or greater, you can add 2 mana of any color. Nessian Hornbeetle is a nice little 2/2 in your 2-drop slot that can get bigger. The Ram Through is another great combat trick, but doesn't even have to happen in combat. It's an instant, so you can do it anytime you like. Bone Crusher Giant, awesome damage card, and then an awesome creature card, which does all kinds of crazy things. Unfortunately, only 1 of these in the deck. Dreamstalker Manticore, very cool for when you just want to ping something for a damage. Hornbash Mentor is a 3/3 that allows things to get trample. Then we have a Saga, an enchantment, gives you a 1/1 creature. You can then put 3 +1/+1 counters on a target you control, gain some card draw, and even a token, to get some extra mana later on. Warden of the Chain is a nice 3-drop at a 4/4 with Trample. However, it can't attack unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater, so it becomes a great blocker at the beginning, but as soon as you start putting cards down, it starts getting very dangerous. Leafkin Avenger is a great card for Gruul, 4/3 for 4. Add a green mana for each creature with power 4 or greater you control, and also another ping ability to be able to just deal some serious damage at any point if you have the mana. Rampart Smasher can't be blocked by knights or walls. It's a big 5/5 creature, nice stompy thing. Terror of the Peaks is your top card in this particular deck. You really want to get this out as soon as possible. There is only 1 in the deck, so hopefully you draw it early. As soon as you have the 5 mana, play it, because any creature you put down after that deals damage to anything you like, which is very cool. Return of the Wild Speaker, a nice way to draw some cards. Escape to the Wilds, a nice way to get your board state running up as we go. Then there's Volcanic Salvo, which may seem expensive at 10 and 2 red mana, but it costs X less, where X is the total power of creatures you control. So if you have these 2 guys on the board, this only costs 6 and 2, or these 2 and that makes 8, that only costs 2 and 2. This, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. Excuse me. Volcanic Salvo deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. So you don't get to split that damage, it just deals 6 damage to 2 things straight up, which is pretty cool. And in our mana base, we've got mountains, we've got forests, we've got a rugged highlands or 4 to gain life and add either red or a green. And then we have 1 Temple of Abandon where we get to scry when it comes into play. So we're going to jump into a bunch of games. We may find ourselves up against some more powerful decks, but we're going to try and see if we can give you a little bit of a showing of how this deck is supposed to run. So don't go away. We're going to jump to the games next. Okay, here we go. This is the first game we're trying out with the Gruul deck that is allowed in the Newcomer Tournament for Comic-Con Africa 2020 EGG Arena Championships. Waiting for an opponent. We're in free play mode. We're not looking at anything competitive or excessive. We'll probably come up against some decks that are more powerful than our deck. I may not show those videos, but I am trying to give you a sense of how the deck runs. 1/1 Green Bug is our opponent. Okay, this is not a good hand to keep. Even though we've got the Kyriatid, we have no other red mana and 3 green sources. So we're going to mulligan. That's much better. The only problem we have now is what do we throw away? I think we throw away that combat trick and keep the Rimrock Knight. So we keep 6, we'll drop the Unleash Fury and say done. Our opponent is playing, I know exactly what deck this is. I don't know if we are able to play against this deck. But let's see. So I'm not going to combat yet. Our opponent probably has some kind of enchantment, like a deadweight or something like that, that they're going to drop onto our creature because of this card's ability. We're not going to block. Maybe we should have. Yeah, this is a very nasty little deck that we're up against here. I don't think it's the best fit for us in terms of what we're trying to achieve. I mean, if there are more Maya's Grasps in there, then there's really nothing we can do about it. Our opponent is doing what's known as asserting dominance. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, we play the Saga out. I don't know if it means anything for us, because that's all we get. Our opponent probably has other ways to kill this poor little 1/1. The Erebos is an interesting way of doing it. He's got no more mana, so I'm not going to block. I want that to come through, because that does allow us to put 3 counters on that and put this up there. And of course we don't draw a single land. But we do get to do a bit of damage. Hopefully we get to hang on to this creature for the next step of the games. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Well, that's going to hurt a bit. Okay, so we get to draw some cards. We've got a lot of options right now. I think we'll do that. Let's have a look on this side if there's anything we want. I think we want that. And I think we want that. Gets a trample counter, it's got trample already. Let's attack. Okay, we did lose quite a few cards there, but you know, we got these and that's good. Our hand's full again. Murderous Rider comes down, has lifelink, which brings Erebos into the game. He is indestructible. But we'll block that little guy. And take the 5 damage. Okay, so Erebos is tapped for the next turn, which is great. He's out of our way. So that's a nice draw for us. I'm really happy with that. That ram through is great. We are going to play our Rampart Smasher. And we will ram through the Murderous Rider, which gets rid of Erebos. We are now going to go to combat, and we are going to attack with absolutely everything. And we'll go to damage. What's that? 4, 4, that's 8 plus. We can get him quite low here. He's probably got another Gary in hand. If he does, we're dead anyway. So I don't suppose it makes a difference, but we do this. Yeah, it's a close thing. If we lose now, but at least we made a game of it. I'm assuming there's a Gary. Oh no, there's a Bolus' Citadel. Which is great, actually. That's fun. Yeah, okay. It doesn't have trample, and our opponent dies. So this deck, I mean, I honestly thought that we were going to get overpowered by that deck, but as you can see, the Gruul deck is very strong once you can get it going and once you get your creatures on the board. Another game with our Gruul deck, the Stomp Stomp deck, for the Magic the Gathering Arena Comic-Con Africa Easy Gaming Group 2020 Championships. We beat a Bolus' Citadel deck earlier. We lost to a Thief of Sanity deck just, you know, like after that. And then some big things stomped on us. But none of the stuff we've lost against or beaten so far is anything that we'll come up against in the actual tournament. So I think it bodes very well that in both of the games we lost, we came pretty close. And in the game we won, we did really, really well, overcoming a more powerful deck. I'll put the pen down because I'm clicking it. Our opponent looks like they're running Golgari Death Touch. Wow, okay. Maybe not Golgari Death Touch. Kyriacid's on the board. Our opponent draws a card, plays an extra land, swings. We're not going to block the death touchy guy. Okay, so now we're starting to sort of swing things along here. I'm wondering if we shouldn't do this and then do that and then say no attacks. Oh. So having the Terror on the board is fantastic. Leafkin Avenger coming in is also great. We can deal damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker just with mana. What we are going to do is we're going to ram through with our Terror of the Peaks. Get rid of that guy. And we can do 4 damage to something. Oh, we have to target a player or planeswalker. Okay, that's all good. This guy, when he dies, he makes a saprolingy thingy thing. Target a player or planeswalker. Okay, well. Next, let's just swing with that. See if anything happens. What we'll do is hold this open to be able to deal 4 damage to his face at the end of his next turn, which brings our mana back online for us during our untap step. The Nightmare, it's fine. He may swing at us. I'm not going to block that. You can have your 3 damage, buddy. But I am going to do this to your face. And then I am going to do this. We're going to kill the Nightmare Shepherd. And then we're going to have a win. With Terror of the Peaks on the board, this deck is incredibly dangerous and a lot of fun to play. I hope that was useful to you. If you're thinking about playing the Gruul deck, give this a good watch. It'll give you some idea of the best ways to play it and what the synergies are that you're looking for in the way the deck runs. I haven't shown the games in which we lost because we were playing against decks and cards that you won't be seeing in the tournament. Not that you'll be seeing too many of the cards that we beat, but it does give you an idea that the deck itself is pretty powerful and a good lot of fun to play. So keep it locked here for more videos. We'll drop videos for as many of the decks as we can right up until the tournament starts, so that you get a good idea of what the decks can do. And if you have any questions, don't forget you can leave a comment below, or you can get hold of us via the easygaminggroup.com website, or the Facebook pages for Easy Gaming Group or Ignite Your Spark. So until then, Planeswalkers, peace.